And we're back once again, only on Last Call. Last Call with the alcohol, only on the Last Call YouTube channel. Now, joining me here on the line is Manuel. You might know him. He's one of the hottest coaching prospects in college basketball right now. And after reinvigorating UC Santa Barbara, taking him to two NCAA appearances in his 5 years there, he wants to do it one more time. And, he has a team behind it. I give you once again, introducing to you one of the best young rising coaches. I give you Joe Pasternak. So, Coach Pasternak, let's start a big question here. What are the expectations for this year? I mean, it seems like everything's now gotten back to normal. The team has been doing well. COVID is now hopefully, knock on wood, under wraps. What is the expectation for this year for the Gauchos?
Well, we're really excited. We have four returning starters back from our team last year. COVID really hurt us last year. We had 5 games canceled because of COVID and lost on a buzzer beater in the semifinals of the conference tournament. But, the expectations are really high. They are every single year here. And, we're really concentrating on building the program to honor the process as well as it's ever been done before here. And it's been a great time the last 5 years.
Be 2 minute stretch. It was because I'm guessing the stretch you're talking about was December 30th to February 3rd. You go 1-5, 5 games canceled. Nothing is going according to plan. It's always COVID protocols. COVID protocols. How tough was that when you're trying to build momentum, you're trying to get a winning streak or bounce back, and it's just like every time you turn around, either tough loss, then 3 games canceled, tough loss, 2 games canceled, and there's never that sort of just rhythm. Everything is just thrown out of whack.
Yeah, no, we had, we were coming off of an NCAA tournament year, and we had to replace our starting 1, 2, and 3, and so we had a really tough beginning. But I thought our guys really responded. We won 9 of our last 10, and lost on a buzzer beater, to get to the championship game for them to get to the NCAA tournament. So, I think experience and returning experience is really important in college basketball, and that's what we have and what we're really looking forward to this year.
Let's talk about the challenges you face just in general. It's a new year. It's a new dawn, as they say in college sports. NILs, transfer portals. Now all of a sudden, a team that either can lose 4 players right away because they're all transferring out, or you can gain an entire new team and build around transfers basically by just having 4 guys come in. What's the challenge for you here? I mean, how tough is it not only now recruiting kids and we'll give a transfer wire, but also making sure your guys are happy and that everybody's not just oh, I'm not getting the ball enough, not getting the touches I want out. And next thing you know, you're losing 2 or 3 guys just because they see the grass is greener on the other side.
We really believe here that the most important players are your own players, not the next recruit. And treating these guys firmly, fairly, consistent is really, really important. Coaching them hard, because great players want to be coached hard and be disciplined. And obviously having the relationships with their families are really, really important. And then the transfers, we've been very fortunate in really having transfers impact our program for the last 5 years, every single year, whether it was a grad transfers or sit out transfers and now immediate eligibility transfers. So that's been really big for us. And I think having the relationships is everything in all of this. And, young men will really gravitate when they know that you care about them.
Recruiting, I'm guessing, is tough because you're in California, so you're competing. Forget about UCLA and USC. You also have Cal. You have Fresno State. You've got Long Beach State. You've got San Francisco. You have San Diego State University. You have University of Pepperdine. I mean, there's more college you can stick a stick at. So how tough is it sometimes recruiting, a guy you like in California when forget about the rest of the country. You go show up to a game and there's 7, 8 other coaches who are recruiting the same kid, and you're trying to, get his attention, out of that whole mass.
No, it's very, very, very competitive. You left out Stanford, which if they want a kid, that's where he's going. And it's very understandable. So, the it's very competitive recruiting. I think anywhere you are, but especially California. There's some great, great college basketball programs and academic institutions in the state.
One of the things I've noticed is you've gone to your national market. You've also recruited out as far out as Croatia. You've recruited Belgium, Serbia. Uh, how do you find the kids? I mean, like, how do you identify somebody sometimes when, as I said, you might not be able to see them, in person. So you're relying on maybe YouTube videos or website clips. Like, how do you try to figure out, okay, this kid can play for me. This kid is, a legitimate Division 1 player.
Um, you know, we have a lot of relationships overseas and with scouts. We go over there. We've been overseas, and our coaches have done a great job evaluating.
Take me to you, because I've had now a couple guys like uh, Jim Christian on the show. We've had a couple football coaches on the show. They all talk about the same thing. It's a 24/7 business. It's 24/7 career. You are hustling around, recruiting kids. You're coaching, going to tournaments. You're going to workouts. You are meeting with faculty to make sure you're eligible. Grade wise. How tough is it sometimes having a family and having just time, for your family when you don't I'm guessing there's probably months where it's just basically you're living out of a suitcase, you're on the road, you are basically on your phone, and it's you wake up at 6 AM, you go to bed at 12, and you basically have, 4 or 5 hours to sleep.
Yeah, no, I think first and foremost, I was fortunate, and many coaches. I think the coaches' wives are the MVPs here. And they cart my kids around to school, to all their appointments, their sporting events, and so and I arrive and show up when I can, and like most coaches, but our wives really hold things together, and they're really important in this. And so for me, I've been fortunate that I have a great coach's wife that has really been understandable and allowed me to do this crazy job that we call being a head coach.
When do you as you're going on here, you're now, as I said, 2 out of 6 years now you've made the NCAA tournament. 1 year was canceled, unfortunately, but you developed a reputation now as being a top rising guy. I know you don't want to say this, but how tough is it sometimes, passing on jobs because, as you said, there's still a lot of stuff you want to accomplish. There's still things you want to get done and build at UC Santa Barbara. How tough is it sometimes, passing on other jobs when, for now, you're still committed to the Gauchos?
Yeah, no, for me, I get asked that question a lot. You know, Santa Barbara, California is one of the most beautiful places in the world. It's paradise. And so I'm very grateful to be here. And it sounds like a coaching cliche, but, for me, we want to build this into a top flight program. And uh, if you've been to Santa Barbara before, you understand why I'm not itching to leave here. The two coaches before me, Bob Williams was here 19 years, and Jerry Pym was here 16 years before that. So if you do the math, I'm going on my sixth year. There's only been three coaches in a long, long time, and so I'm very grateful to have the job I have.
You coached under Sean Miller of Arizona, and and I'm guessing you learn you have your own style. But how tough is that, especially for a lot of coaches, where when you're at these programs, I mean, when you were a manager, Bobby Knight, or when you were coaching for Sean Miller, you're trying to figure out what works, trying to figure out how to be a successful coach. How tough is it figuring out how to be you and not, a clone of, well, oh, he's a little Sean Miller wannabe, or another little Bobby Knight, as we've seen with certain coaches. Like, how did you figure out, okay, who I'm going to be as a head coach?
I really believe I was very fortunate to learn under some unbelievable coaches and Hall of Famers. And I can't be those guys. I have to be my own personality and use what I've learned from them, all the different teaching styles, offense, defense, how to build a comprehensive program from all of them. I take a little bit from all of them, and very fortunate to have that experience. But I have to be my own person. I can't be Bobby Knight. I can't be Sean Miller. Those aren't my personality. And so it's very important that I am who I am.
Last question before I let you go. As I said, you took over a program, 2016, 2017. UC Santa Barbara, 4-12. At the time, people were saying, "Oh, it's a joke of a program. Why are you going there?" Today, you are now, as somebody said, one of the top programs out of the Big West. 2 times you've been to the NCAA tournament. More importantly, you haven't had a losing record. How much pride do you take in that? In that you took something from a ground up and you've built it into a perennial, either second place, first place. Last year was fifth because of COVID, but it's always a winner. But you're always winning, over 6% of your games. How much pride do you take in that? You've regenivized or rebuilt a program.
No, it's been huge for us. We took over a 6-win team and had 23 wins. We tied the NCAA record for biggest turnaround in NCAA history. And, I think the hardest part in college basketball is not to be a one-hit wonder. It's consistency. And that's what we're trying to build, a consistent winner. There have been so many programs on the West, in college basketball that year in and year out, you know what you're getting from them. It's not just a 1-year, one-hit wonder. And that's what we're trying to build here is a consistent every year team that is trying to compete for a championship.
Very you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are honored and proud to have, as I said, one of the top coaches in basically college basketball that you don't know of yet. You're gonna find out soon, but I guarantee you that. I give you it's the head coach of UC Santa Barbara Gauchos. I give you Joe Pasternak. Joe, before I let you go, where can fans check you out at? Where is the Twitter page, Instagram, the website, or the Gauchos website? Like, where can fans check out UC
It's
Santa Barbara men's basketball?
ucsbgauchos.com.
And you have your own Twitter page. Where can fans hit you up so they have either questions or a recruit wants to get in touch with you about maybe even joining the team?
Yep, Joe Pasternak.
Very simple, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Coach Joe Pasternak of UC Santa Barbara Gauchos. Always on a pleasure having the show. Stay tuned for more great action coming up. Once again, only on Last Call. Last Call with the alcohol, only on the Last Call YouTube channel.